receiving your content. Man, YouTube's a little bit slow, but I'm pretty sure it's already live. 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Welcome to my educational video number 4. This is all about Guild Showdown. It's the new event that came out pretty recently. Pretty good free to play. Pretty amazing, to be honest. Now, there are lots of things you can do in this to maximize your performance. Now, this is 100% generally for bigger players, but I'd still tell you what you can do, because there are lots of things you can do to boost your ability in this. Alright, first up, what to send? Well, I can tell you things not to send, and that is hero bases. I have seen so many hero bases. You're not going to lose troops, you're not going to lose your leader, it's nothing. It's 100% free to play, and it's awesome event. So first things first, these siege heroes right here, abilities, siege type, siege engine, you don't want them. Like, don't even bother them. I don't care if they're gold. Don't send it. Don't send it. Don't send it. Don't send your Trickster. Trickster's useless. Your Scarlet Bolts, they're pretty much useless. The defense, this again goes around to your army heroes. Death Archer's okay. Yeah, ranged attacks, alright. Nice. So most of you players don't have this many gold heroes, so you're pretty limited. But what I can tell you this, okay? This gold Trickster versus this green. No, come on, give me a green Grove Guardian. Green Grove Guardian, look at that. This green Grove Guardian is better than that gold Trickster, just on that attack stats. People would say the squad attack is worth more. That would definitely have to be tested. I feel like I should test this at some point, and hopefully in the future I can do tests on this. And if it's already been tested, please comment in the description down below about Trickster Gold versus other ranged heroes green or grey, because I feel the squad attack is doing damage. So this one, all you're getting from this one for Trickster Gold is the I can't do anything. Oh no, I'm retarded. It's right there. 200% squad attack as damage to enemy troops. Now that I get, okay? So I understand you're getting the 200%, which is something, whereas something down here is actually giving the 3% ranged attack, 5% defense, 5% HP, which I know people don't have Grove Guardian, but it works the same to other heroes. So you don't want to be sending your siege heroes, you don't want to be sending Prima Donna, you don't want to be sending Incinerator, they're useless. Your Shades are pretty useless, Death Knight's pretty useless, unless you have no other ones. Now, what you want to be doing is you want to be sending maximum of your highest tier troops. Now this comes to what you have. So you want to be sending 2 types or 1 type. You don't want to be sending 3 types. You really want to be buffing only. And what the reason behind this is your squad attack damage, you'll do more damage, and your talents. Generally the best one to go is 1 troop type, because on 1 troop type you could theoretically buff cavalry. Cavalry, we got it. Full army attack, cavalry. Don't need that, don't need that. Squad defense, army HP, cav attack, and the squad HP, army HP. This gives your cavalry a 70% attack boost, 100% army HP, which is a cavalry HP only, yes, and 100% cavalry defense. So you're boosting that 1 troop type a lot. So your 375,000 cavalry will be doing a lot of damage. Now this is only for somebody who has say 375,000 tier 4, or if you're a tier 3 player, tier 3 cav. But if you don't have it and you're sending like, 200k tier 3 cav, 100k tier 2 cav, and that's not going to work out. So if you have 100% 375k of one troop type, I recommend sending one troop type. Now why do I recommend sending one troop type? Because of the squad attacks. Each one of your heroes will be controlling a specific amount of troops. Now 375 divided by 4 is like 85. I'm really bad at math, but you get it. Like when he does his squad attack, you'll be doing 85,000 times 2, or however much it is, straight to the enemy right at the start of the battle, which does significant amount of damage. And the reason behind that is I can actually show you some video, some pictures. How many pictures? Okay, here we go. So this was a previous one. This is someone we had doing it before. They sent 100% range. They already won their first one and had 282,000 left. Now this is versing a 424 in infantry phalanx. So he had infantry up front, which counters ranged. It actually counters ranged, but he lost. Why did he lose? Because of the heroes. Now this might be speculation that the damage on the gear was better, but mostly it doesn't matter about the gear. You should have trumped this 100%. 150k versus 250 plus the extra ones shooting still. That should be 150k on like double damage, 75k on normal damage. You're equaling like 250 out of 280. Like that 150k should easily be able to do enough damage to win. But that's an 83k loss to 59. And here's the report on the leaders sent. So as you can see, they sent all ranged heroes. So you're getting all ranged buffs. Now this is another reason why sending one troop type is better. You do only get to use 4 leaders per se on this attack. Like you'd only get 4 leaders but doing the squad damage, but one will just sit at the back doing nothing. But all your war gear can be ranged. So you'd be buffing only ranged. Your talents would only be buffing ranged. Your heroes are only buffing ranged. So that really buffs your ranged a lot. Like a lot. Now this person had a ranged army hero, which kind of counters like that one. That's pretty much the same. Cavalry plus like army attack. That's like army attack. That's better than this one, because it's buffing all of them. So that's like a 60% buff. But this one's doing 30% to all of them because it's all ranged. And that's only a 20% buff. So. Then you got infantry hero, cavalry hero, infantry hero. So this one still had 2 infantry heroes versing range. It wasn't like short done by. But either way, it still lost. Now, I would have thought that it would have lost, to be honest. But a 424, it's not really that strong in attacking another castle. Like people would say, attacking into a camp, because you're attacking into a camp basically on this, that it would be better to be a 505. You would do more damage because there's no wall. It's basically fort fighting. But either way, I highly recommend sending one troop type if you have enough to send one troop type. If not, send 2, and then you can buff both attacks plus the army HP on your talents, which will give you 70% attack overall and the 100% HP, and then just chuck the rest into the defense. Other bonuses you can get is going into here and popping yourself an army attack. Boom, 20% or a 50%. If you want to really go and exceed your guild, go pop a 50% if you really want to. But I don't recommend it. It's not necessary for the free gifts. 20%. Just like pop a 20% before you register. You know, you just go boom, chuck one of these on. Boom, you got a 20% buff. Now you go into here, you check your leader. Boom, you slap on your best war gear. Now mine's really mixed war gear. So this is basically like 3 types, but I could, if I was going full ranged, I could swap this piece out, you know, and chuck on my ranged one that's got all ranged attacks. I'd get an extra 12% ranged attack, 30% ranged defense, if I'm only going one type, but most likely I'll go 2. And then you want to check your prison. If you have a level 25 prison, now this is something you can do in your own guild. If a guild member in your guild drops guild and has a level 60 leader, they then put a camp next to your castle. You attack that camp, take their leader, get the 30% buff. So you'd have your imprisoned leader at 25. You have to have your prison at 25, so for non-tier 4 players this won't work, but for tier 4 players it works. You then have your level 60 leader, you have your 30%. And then you sign up, and then your friend would probably join your guild again. Then you release the leader and give it back to him, and possibly can do it for the next person. So your whole guild should be running a 30% attack buff from prison buffs, if you have level 25 prisons, of course. So that always works. And then the last one is your altar buff. If you have an altar buff, you got it. If you have a license to kill, I mean, you could use it to get the altar buff, but it's not necessary. It's a really huge stat, but to be using a license to kill just for Guild Showdown for free rewards, it doesn't really seem worth it. I feel the license to kill is worth more than what you could get from the rewards from it. But for a player like myself that's got 35 license to kills, I mean, it seems really easy. Either way, so you want your altar buff if you can get it. If you're a 25 prison, capture a leader, level 60 from your own guild. They can send it in a camp so nobody drops their shield, except for the person attacking, of course. Or if the bigger player is like a 600 mil, he doesn't mind not having a shield, but you still need to drop your shield anyway to cap it. And then your turf boost right here, attack turf boost. And then you go into here and you put your war gear on. You go to your talents, you swap your talents, and then you will go register. Now I recommend registering only 2 or 1 type to buff them the most, and you would send 3 heroes for your backline and 2 heroes for your frontline. Now why would I do it that way? Is because if you was to survive two rounds and you would get 2 victories, your front line is dead, which means the 2 heroes in your front line aren't doing squad damage and your back line is doing damage. So even if you go 50-50, I highly recommend going 3 heroes back line, 2 heroes front line. It doesn't matter which phalanx you're in, because you don't know what phalanx your enemy's in. It's all random, so it doesn't matter which phalanx you go. It's all like anything goes. I found most success in ranged phalanx though, or ranged wedge, but ranged phalanx is still better than ranged wedge. Anyway, that's basically it for Guild Showdown. I hope everyone succeeds in this one. If you need any more advice on that one, leave a comment down there, and I'll possibly make a couple more educational videos today. If not, I hope everyone has a good time, and peace out, stay safe.